Well, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Professor Leach, for those very kind and generous words. And thank you, of course, to the University of Iowa for this thrilling honor. There isn't anywhere else on earth where such an honor would mean more to me than right here in the state of my birth. I love Iowa. This is my home, the place that made me. As Jim has just said to you, every bit of formal education I've ever had, every formative experience, every inch of vertical growth on my body took place right here in this welcoming, friendly, nurturing place. This is and always will be the center of my personal universe. Now, I've been lucky enough to spend much of my life traveling the world, and I can tell you, honestly, that nowhere have I found people more friendly, decent, welcome, wholesome, and helpful, and frankly, generally better looking and more intelligent than the people of this fair state of Iowa. If it weren't for one or two trivial things like performance in the Rose Bowl and the weather for about 7 months of the year, life here would be practically perfect. So when I say to you that this honor and Professor Leach's generous words of praise mean more to me than I can possibly express, I truly, truly mean it. So thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Now, my instructions are to speak briefly but intelligently to you for no more than 7 minutes, which I'm very happy to try to do. And as you all know, by long tradition, I am required to offer those of you graduating this evening some sound and worthwhile advice. And I suspect that that's probably not at all a bad idea just now. These are challenging times, after all. I can't help but notice that not only are you graduating on Friday the 13th, but a few months from now, you're going to have to choose between two presidential candidates that, as far as I can tell, nobody actually wants to be president. So if I were in your shoes, I would welcome all the advice I could get, frankly. Now, I have to say, I don't really like giving advice if I can possibly help it. As one of my children once said to me, Dad, if you had followed any of the advice you were given when you were our age, you wouldn't look like you do now. And he was right. But because I am called upon to speak at occasions like this from time to time, I have given the matter of advising young people quite a lot of thought over the years, and little by little, I have developed a list of 10 simple tips, passing observations, really, things I've learned in 60-odd years of blundering my way around the planet, which I always bring out when called upon at graduation ceremonies. These won't help you select an ideal president, but they might just help you to lead more fulfilled and satisfactory lives, and possibly even be better liked by the people around you. So here, without ado, they are my 10 simple rules for happiness. 1, take a moment from time to time to remember that you are alive. Now, I know that sounds a trifle obvious, but it's astounding, really, how little time we take to remark upon this singular and gratifying fact. By the most extraordinary stroke of luck, an infinitesimal amount of the universe matter in the universe came together 20 or so years ago to make you. And for the tiniest moment in the great span of creation, you have the incomparable privilege to exist. For endless eons, there was no you. Before too terribly long, you will cease to be again. And in between, you have this wonderful opportunity to see and feel and think and do. Whatever else you do with your life, nothing will remotely compare with the incredible accomplishment of just having managed to get yourself born. So congratulations to every one of you out there tonight. Well done. Be proud of yourself. You really are quite special. 2, but not that special. There are 7 billion other people on this planet, every one of them just as important, just as central to the great scheme of things as you are. Don't ever make the embarrassing, unworthy mistake of thinking yourself more vital or significant, more innately worthy than anyone else. You're not. 3, whatever it is you want to do in life, do it. If you aspire to be an astronaut or a celebrated ballerina or to sing at Carnegie Hall, go for it. Even though everyone is tactfully pointing out to you that you cannot sing a note or that no one has ever won the 100-meter dash with a personal best time of 1 minute and 48 seconds, do it anyway if that's your dream. At least try. There is nothing worse than getting to my age and saying, I could have played shortstop for the Chicago Cubs, but my dad wanted me to go into accountancy. Tell your dad to go into accountancy. You climb Everest. 4, never sneak up on people from behind and surprise them in the belief that it is amusing. It's not. 5, be modest. Don't go through life boasting about how great you are. Boasting doesn't become you. Indeed, it doesn't get you anywhere. No one will ever thank you or admire you more deeply or say, oh, let's invite Bob and Amy to the party. They have such a wonderfully inflated sense of their own importance. Let people find out for themselves how great you are, if you are. 6, learn to appreciate small pleasures. If you think about it, most of every life is a long, steady, pleasing accumulation of little things, of lovely skies, interesting landscapes, pleasant meals, amusing conversation, stimulating challenges, long walks, good books, contented weekends, hot baths and clean sheets, little jokes, soft young children, slobbery pets, and a million things more. Life is mostly good stuff. Most of it small and fleeting, much of it barely noticed, but nearly all of it really quite splendid. Learn to appreciate those little things if you haven't already. 7, be good. In fact, be more than good. Be compassionate, be kind, and particularly be kind to people who are worse off than you, which you will find is most people. And learn to say please and thank you a lot. You really cannot say thank you too much in this life. 8, always buy my books in hardback as soon as they come out. 9, above all else, be happy, really happy, more or less all the time. You have a million things to be happy about. You're bright and young, and you have your whole lives in front of you. You have been impeccably educated. You live in a rich country. You're probably about as fit and healthy as you're ever going to be. And you still have more hair on your head than in your nose and in your ears. And that may not last forever, believe me. So count your blessings and be glad of them. And finally, 10, and this one is just for Iowa City. If you are planning to do heavy construction work involving jackhammers just outside the Hotel Vetro on South Lynn Street, perhaps you might think about starting just a little later than 6:15 in the morning. And on that mildly plaintive note, let me say thank you and congratulations again to every one of you graduating tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Wonderful life. And enjoy yourself immensely. Thank you very, very much for letting me be part of this joyous occasion. Thank you.